Greetings, my fellow citizens, my fellow comrades. Greetings to you. I have a 1 second. Let me take this off. Yeah, apologize for that. I have a bit of a travel advisory for my fellow Guyanese regarding going to the United States. I also have a warning for the Afro-Guyanese. So I suggest you stay tuned. Don't even allow sex to take you away from this life. Stay tuned to the show, and let's get to the end. Let's make it to the end. Welcome to Uncensored Guyana. I am your precious gift, Dr. Prasad. Yes. On the show today, there are a number of things I want to talk about. But let's get the cash grant out of the way. Let's get it out of the way. Let's clear the streets from all the monies the government is throwing down on people. Let's get it out of the way. Let's sweep it out. Now, I have said, again, go look back at my videos right here on YouTube and on TikTok, both my accounts. Unfortunately, Facebook is still a communist platform and doesn't allow free speech. So while you might Google Dr. Sherwin Warner and you might see my Facebook stuff, when you click on it, you have no access. That means it's still blocked. In the meantime, if you come across something that says Kenneth Warner, that's me. You can like it, you can follow it. We are building back, as usual. Now, I've said the welfare system in America is what has caused the downgrade, the downfall, and the rise in poverty, the rise in neediness, the rise for government services amongst Africans. The welfare system is the worst that has ever happened to Black people. The worst. And that was the intent of the welfare system, was to make black people poor, poorer, and dependent on the state. The welfare system in America, or we call it social services, food stamps, and all these things, were intended to break the black family, to give the black woman hope that the state will take care of her babies. So all she has to do is to keep opening up her legs and allow any lunatic from the ghetto to fuck her, get her pregnant, make the baby, bring the baby, and the state will take care of it. You don't need the man. That was the plan of the Democrats back when they started the welfare system. That was their plan, to destroy the black family, to destroy the black man, and to keep the black peoples perpetually poor. That thing spread across the globe. And every country where you have that kind of welfare system, that kind of social services reach out or handouts, a large majority of the population continues to live below the poverty line, because social services, the welfare system, is what is designed to keep the people poor. So when they're poor, they are more vulnerable to suggestions. You can control them better, and it's good for governments. Governments like that. Governments don't want the people to be rich. If people are rich, they think different. They become independent. They can't be easily mobilized for stupidity. You can't get them to protest. You can't get them to loot and to burn stuff down. No, you can't. Because rich people have a lot to lose. They value their lives. Poor people have nothing to value. They don't value their lives. They want to be a part of something, especially if that something is destructive. So coming to Guyana, I've been against it, the cash grants. As some of you will know, I was against it in every way. I said, no, President Ali. The first time when he wanted to give the cash, I said, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Instead of the cash grants, you have other services. Give them free health care. Put the money in the healthcare system. Give more to the people who retire. Pension. Put the money on the old age pension. Make the pension more attractive for older folks, for senior citizens. Because the fact that they are senior citizens, it meant they would have lived their life, contributed towards the development of Guyana, and now the country must reward them. Give the pensioners the increase. Don't give the money out like that. Cash grants and cash grants. Because you give the cash grants out, what do you think they'll do with it? What do you think they'll do with it? So when you put that money into the system of pension or insurance, what happens? People want to live. They want to grow old. They want to reach the retirement age where they can achieve their cash grants. They want that. Because if they die young, they don't have the chance to experience the money, the massive amount of money the older folks are getting. Yes, if a lot of the men wasn't able to attract them young girls while they were growing up, they understand that they can wait until they retire, and that young girl know that, hey, he's getting his pension. He can fast to get them young girls because she knows that's a good pension he's getting. But if you give them the cash grants and you keep giving them the cash grants, that money has to come from somewhere. While I said the education is not free, the cash grants also is not free. When these oil companies are giving their royalties, that's their taxes. From that tax, when it comes to the government, that money has to be taxed also. So the money that you're getting as cash grants, that's taxable money, but you're not paying the tax on that. We all are. So your 100,000 or your 200,000, you might think it's not taxed. It is taxed. But what's the point? It is better for the government to subsidize imports and exports so that the prices in the shops can reduce. It is better for the government to subsidize rent so that more people can move out of their parents' homes and go rent a house somewhere. Subsidize the rent. That's what a cash grant can do. 5,000 a month rent subsidy. It wouldn't even amount to 200,000 at the end of the year. Than for you to give them 200,000 cash grant one time, and in 1 week it's done. Subsidize the rent. They put a part of it, the government put the rest. You're still encouraging them to work, to go out and work, to produce, to be a part of something. But when you're constantly giving out cash grants, it's like a father who has to provide food, he has to provide shelter, he has to provide clothing, he has to provide all of these other things. And still, he does all of that, but he still has to give his sons and or his children a small change for them to go and fuck it out on the street. Still got to do that. They're not content that the father is providing everything they need to live. They still need to know that he has to borrow money just to give them a small change to put in their pockets so they can leave their houses, go to the shop, and spend that money on things they don't need, just to look cool that their parents are giving them pocket money. That's what the government is doing, giving the Guyanese citizen pocket money when the government has done so much. You give them roads, President Ali. You built a massive bridge for them. And speaking of massive bridge building, yes, we know that the PNC announced they're going to be building a bridge across the Demerara River. They announced it. Like in many other things, they announced it. And let me go deeper to some of you fools who are saying that President Ali or the PPP steal the idea of PNC. Since Jagdeo was president, he also talked about it. He talked about the bridge across the current Berbice Bridge, and he built it. He talked about a lot of stuff, but the opportunity wasn't there for them to do it. The PNC had the opportunity. They had the opportunity. What oil money did the PPP had when they built the Berbice Bridge? All the bridges the PPP built during their what money did they have? What oil money? All the infrastructure work that was done under President Jagdeo and President Ramatar. What oil money? How did they manage to do that? How did President Jagdeo manage to asphalt and concrete so many roads across the country? Where did the money come from? Oil? President Irfan Ali didn't need oil money to build that bridge. He didn't. The difference between the black man and the Indian man, the black man talks a lot. Ask the women. Don't take it from me. Ask black women. Their black boyfriends are good talkers, smooth talkers. If you ask that woman who got acid in her face. Like I said, I still don't believe, I still think they need to check out this Melly Mel woman and other people. But anyway, the fact that he had nothing to offer her, the fact that she had to rescue him, giving him food, even though he lived with a woman and children. Talk, words, what do you call it in Guyana? Salves. Is it salves? Salves, right? Smooth talking, sweet tongue, chant. That's how they catch the women. Talking. The niggas know how to talk. And boy, they can sing. That's how they catch them. Words. But their actions are far from that. They keep making promises to the woman for years. And she's living every day, believing and hoping for that time to come when he's going to win the jackpot and then deliver on the promises he's been making to her 10 years ago. Words. Oh, baby, I'll do this. Oh, baby, I'll do that. Oh, yes, honey, did you see this nice house? What do you think about it? Oh, yes. And all the time he's getting money. He's getting money. But that money is going into what niggas do best. Socialize. Plan a big party. Buy the latest Nike. Yes, that's where the money is going. But their words are full with promises. The PNC are Negroes, black people. Ain't no different. Black men, black women, same mentality. They came from the same ghetto. They came from the same upbringing, which is talk more and do less. As Vice President Jaglios said, and I still borrow that statement. You see, he didn't want to say it the way he should have said it, but he did the reverse. You know? Which was, we from the PPP, we don't borrow money to eat. We borrow money to invest. What he should have said instead, them niggas from the PNC, they borrow money to eat, not to invest. So when it's finished, when the bellies and the purses are empty, opportunity to get some fast cash. Hence, robbery underarms. Hence, corruption. Hence, stealing. Hence, murder. Hence, the scrapes with a mask on their faces, because that's what they do. They want a quick cash so they can socialize and eat. The 5 years of the PNC, they talked. They took the plan that the Ramatar had and they just recycled it, and they came out with their press conferences and do what they do best, perform and talk. Promises, promises, promises. Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And 40 years on, and the blacks are still poor and struggling in Guyana. And what did Barnum do? Promise do. He promised. Eat rice flour. Eat rice flour. Grow your this, do this. I'll do this for you. Yeah, that's what he did, right? Didn't he? Promises. I'm lingering on that because I want the blacks to understand. I know black people. And I'm telling you, shed the skin. Shed the skin. Straight your hair. Straight your hair. Get rid of the afro. Get rid of the locks. It ain't working for you. Imitate people that don't look like you, but they live better than you. Imitate them. Try to be them. And see how your life will change. Stop talking, stop making promises, and do like what the PPP does. They build. President Ali didn't talk about building a bridge. He built a fucking bridge. He didn't talk about 50,000 houses. He didn't talk about building all the roads. He's doing it. He didn't talk about the cash grants, he gave it out. Now I'm saying don't do it anymore. No more cash grants. Let Guyanese understand that the country is not poor, that you always have to keep giving handouts to its citizens. It's not a poor country. It's not like America. America is poor. Guyana is not poor. Guyana has enough riches that the citizens can help themselves. And I'm talking riches that you're going to interpret me to mean, yes, so everybody should be rich because we have gold and oil and timber and this. I don't mean that. I mean, Guyana has enough riches so you can help your fucking self as a Guyanese. Should I break it down? Go get a job. Go get a job. There is enough money circulating out there that you can find a job and get some of it. Don't sit around waiting for the welfare system. The welfare system is keeping you poor. The Ministry of Social Services is keeping you poor. The job of the Ministry of Social Services should be to make sure that the children go to school. Make sure that women are not punished and beaten and abused by jealous lovers or undeserving men. That's it. But not to come to your house and cook your food or every month give you a check. For what? Yes, I subscribe to compensating mothers for giving birth. I subscribe to that. Why? Because I have experienced, by way of being one, a witness, somebody who's closely associated with women and how they struggled during pregnancy, prenatal and postnatal. I have witnessed it. And trust me, for what women experience before and after pregnancy, you gotta compensate them. The state must. Because if the women and the state contribute towards raising that child the way he should be, he's gonna grow up to benefit the country. So the country should compensate the mother. That's a different thing. So I support the initiative to give newborn babies or the mothers money. I support that. Make more children. Guyana needs a larger population, but not them scrapes. Not them scrapes. The women who has absolutely no personality, they are immoral, lawless. Those women, you should sterilize them. After they make one child, you realize, not another one. Then you sterilize them. No more babies. But the women who have jobs, they're pursuing their education, they're contributing to society. You want that kind of gene in future generations. You want people who can live up to certain standards. And the hand that rocks the cradle shapes the world. You don't want them ghetto, thuggish, criminal women to be rocking no cradle. If they accidentally get pregnant, sterilize them after that. No more babies. No more scrapes in this world. So encourage productive women who you know are making an effort. Encourage them. Let them bring more children. Give men better opportunities. Better opportunities, better salaries. So these men would want to settle down and raise a family. Pay them more. So all them grants you're getting, all them cash grants you're giving out, you are robbing the citizens of Guyana the opportunity to live a better quality of life overall. It's taking away from the decent folks. Look who are the ones who are going to stand in line to get those cash grants. The useless ones. Useless. They're not even trying to start a small business in their neighborhood to help themselves. No, they're not. The best moment for these fools are when they're pregnant. They get all the attention. Oh my gosh, you're pregnant again. How much is it? Your what? Tent? That's the best moment for them. And after the baby comes, they park it somewhere or let the neighborhood or the streets raise the kid for them. Jumping from house to house to get some milk here, some food there, some bread here. That's what they are. And when they go fuck again, get pregnant again, they see that as an achievement. Yeah, them young girls now, that's an achievement. Pregnancy. It's not about a degree. That's not an achievement. Getting a baby is an achievement. So they walk the road and they have a small one next to them. That's their accomplishment. They're proud of that. Because nobody can see if they have a degree, but you can see them having a baby. No more cash grants. For me, no more cash grants. If Muhammad wants, let him, from the 400 million that he has to pay, plus them other billions, he can start distributing cash grants from that. Because the way things are, that court case will never be solved. I'm still waiting for the verdict from the courts and see what happens there. It's going to be prolonged. So yes, Ajruddin Mohammed, the wannabe opposition leader, I hope it never happens. I really hope it never happens. President Ali, you can keep postponing. I mean, you haven't postponed, but you are the absolute president. Don't consent to the sitting of the new parliament in November to swear who in? A bunch of losers from when? 16 of them. Really? 16 of them. You want to swear them in? Don't do it. I'm asking you, don't do it. We need to take GCOM to court. We need to sue them so they can recall that decision, and the win party would be disqualified. We can't have that idiot as opposition leader. And speaking of that, yes, Ajruddin Mohammed, the oil money belongs to Guyanese, right? Does it? Does it belong to Guyanese? The oil belongs to Guyana. If we have to take a trip back down memory lane, everything within the sovereignty of Guyana, its natural wealth, belongs to the Amerindian first. The Amerindian, their land was invaded by the white man. And the white man invaded the Amerindian land, annexed it, fought amongst themselves, made their steel legal. So by virtue of their transport, not the lease, the transport of Guyana, the deed to that country, it belongs to the British. England, they did not sell it. England did not sell Guyana to Burnham. They leased it to the Guyanese people under the constitution that they wrote. They leased it. So technically speaking, all the resources beneath Guyana's sea and land belong to the British, the Crown. We are just managers and stewards. We don't own it. For the deed belongs to the Crown. Every inch of Guyana belongs to the Crown. Still, we're just overseers, like back in the days of slavery, governors and things like that. And they tell you, you can elect a president, so you have a sense as if you are an independent country. No, you're not. You're not. Then politicians don't tell you everything. So having said that, Azruddin Mohammed, the oil, the revenue from the oil belongs to the treasury because the oil giants, so the companies, entered an agreement with the governing body of that country. The revenues has to go to the treasury, and then the Ministry of Finance distribute to the best of their experience and ability towards the Guyanese people as a whole in terms of services and some kind of remuneration. It is not by default ownership. Okay? And on that note, also, who discovered the oil in Guyana? Guyanese? Who explored and discovered that was oil there in the Stabroek block and all these blocks? Who did that? Which Guyanese company did it? Which Guyanese government did it? It was a white man who, on his quest for gold, black gold, both on land and sea, just like back in the days of Columbus, on his adventure to discover new things, it was the white man who discovered oil in Guyana, not Guyanese. And because it was within the territory of Guyana, they had to now seek permission. And by virtue of that, entered into agreement, seek licensing, profit sharing, and all of that came about because it happened to be in the territory of Guyana. But if that oil wasn't 5 inches out of Guyana's territory, then what? Then what? So don't be fucking ungrateful. Some of you talking about, oh, why are we getting only 10%, 15%, 20%? You're lucky you get something. You're lucky as a country that you're getting something. Because we didn't have the expertise to demarcate. If those white people really wanted to take advantage, they could have changed the geography of the sea. They could have changed that. Yes, it's possible. Just so that Guyana don't benefit in any way. They could have done it. They could have manipulated the whole system, redrew the maps. They could have prolonged it for years to come while doing all of these changes. They've done it before. They're still doing it. They could have done it there too. But no, because they're not the enemy. The enemies are the people like you, Azruddin Mohammed, within Guyana. You and them niggas that follows you. You are the enemy of Guyana. So we need to thank the white man. We need to thank the Americans for discovering our oil. We need to thank them. And at least from the little that you people claim, and you're pushing that to discredit the government, that they have not been making good deals, look the fuck around you. You got a bridge, right? Look at the infrastructure. 30% of the budget is oil. But look at what that 30% has done. Look at what it is doing. Are you talking about little? And the massive works that has been done from a fraction of the oil money? And you talk about little? You ungrateful people? You're lucky we're getting something. You think there is more oil than gold? Gold has been mining for how many hundreds of years? They're mining gold. Talk to the Mohammed's family. They'll tell you. Thousands of kilos of gold they exported and paid zero taxes on. And they're talking about exploitation. Azruddin Mohammed, you are talking about exploitation when your family smuggled tens of thousands of kilos of gold without paying zero taxes? Are you referring to ExxonMobil and all these companies that have built visible infrastructure in our waters? They brought us to that international level. Plus, they're paying their fair share. And you're what? They ain't paying taxes? Look at Venezuela. Your buddy, Maduro. They used to be a giant before, right? Because of the oil. Sanctions. Look at them now. You want the same thing on Guyana? A lot of you who are bragging and boasting, it's our oil. Yes, it's our oil, but if they put sanctions on that oil because of that idiot who likes to post stuff and think he's exposing somebody because of him, if sanctions come, who's going to buy the oil? And if the oil can't sell, ExxonMobil will pull their ass out, and the government, you, the country, will have to compensate them for their investment. How do you think you will compensate them, Guyanese? The country will have to go into debt again to borrow money from the IMF or whoever to pay Exxon and all these companies because the sanction compromised the contract and they need to recover their deal. They didn't tell you to go and elect some asshole who is sanctioned to your parliament. They didn't do that. They wanted to operate business in an environment that is friendly and wouldn't put their investment at risk. The fact that you elected that idiot who likes to share dumb stuff on social media, the oil could be sanctioned. Then you will know what poverty is. So for now, you better stop taking that cash grant because we need it. President Ali, no more cash grants. Because the same people that are cussing you out, plotting against you, leaking stuff that is not there, they're the ones who get in the cash grant. Them and their children. So I say, I hope there is no more cash grants for the year. I hope so. Guyana is not a poor country. If they want cash grants, they can get it every month. Every month you can get cash grant. Just get a job. And at the end of the month, after 28 days, you receive your cash grant, a check for a month's service. That's the best way you get a continued cash grant, right? 12 months, then you get how much? 240,000? No, 2.4 million per year. Cash grant. That's when you have a job. You earn 200,000 a month in 12 months. 2.4 million. Isn't that better? Then you can value your efforts. Put yourself to work. That's the name people voted for. Irfan Ali. The man who has created the opportunity based on his policies. The man that the renowned Time magazine could not resist and ignore anymore. To say that amongst the top rising star in the world, there is Ali, Irfan Ali, Prince Ali, and the presidency. So fuck you, Ajudin Mohammed. Pay your damn taxes because that money belongs to the Guyanese people. Don't focus on the oil money and distract people to that. No, we are still hooked on your tax files, your income tax files. We are still glued on that. We still want our money. I need my cut. If any cash grant is coming my way, I want it from the Ajudin Mohammed's tax file. The money he should pay in taxes, I want my grant from that. That's where I want it to come from. So pay your bloody taxes. And until he pays his taxes, keep the parliament suspended. The PNC, the disgrace of the black people, should stand with the government not to swear in, not to renew the parliament. Because Aubrey Norton Muhammad took your seat. He took your place. He took your money. Tell Muhammad, take your hand out of my pocket. Muhammad put his hand in your pocket, Aubrey Norton, and he took your money. That's your money. That 1 million, so 1 point plus million is your money, Norton. It's your money. Tell Ashrin and Muhammad to take your fucking hands out my money. Don't open the parliament. Keep it suspended. Now, I need to give a warning to Guyanese who have intentions, or anybody from any country that's watching this live. If you have intentions to visit America, I need to give you a travel warning. You see, I have no interest going there. The travel warning is you could be arrested. You could be wrongfully identified as somebody else. You could be labeled as a terrorist, especially if you're black or brown. They could deport your ass because you might forget the stamp on your passport to say you should return in a certain day. You will be underpaid, treated like a slave. If you get sick, you might as well hope to die, because if you don't have insurance, and for you to get insurance, you have to have a very good job, and that means you have to be a citizen. So that's a whole process. You could be shot by drive-by. You could be mugged, arrested. All of that can happen to you. Going to America, they could not protect their own president twice. With all the security he had, all the bulletproof this he had, still they almost got him on the first assassination attempt. Almost, as in it touched him, he bled. They couldn't protect him. Of recent, they murdered the most famous rising star, Charlie Kirk. Murdered him. And he's American. He was fighting for America. He was trying to tell the rest of the world, America first. He was against all the atrocities, and they killed him. They killed Martin Luther King. They killed Malcolm X. The list goes on and on and on. So if you're planning to go to America, you must be careful. Cancel your plan, because right now is not a time you want to go there. Too much violence, too much racism, too much division. If you have to go to the ATM, watch your back, because there could be a criminal waiting there to jump you when you go take money from the ATM. You could be kidnapped in your car. You could be carjacked. Crime is very high in America. You wouldn't be safe. If you need any country to visit, Guyana is your destination. Your best destination is Guyana. And besides, there is civil war building up in the United States. All that's happening around, there's a tension rising there. That's not a good time to go to America. My travel advisory for Guyanese, don't go to America. If you're living in America, get your ass back to Guyana. Now, it's not a good time you want to go there. Too much heat. Too much heat. Life is expensive there. Life is hard there. You have to do 4 or 5 jobs and send you back to whatever country they think you come from. That's my travel advisory for anyone thinking of going to America. Don't go. Now, to the Americans, with your travel advisory towards Guyana, we know. You see, Guyanese know who the devils are in that country, because the same demons that are terrorizing Guyana society, since since Barnum, the king of the demons, is the same demons that are terrorizing your country, America. Them fucking niggas. The Democrats, the party of the blacks. They're the terrorizing party in America, and it's the same set of people terrorizing in Guyana. So whatever travel advisory you have, just say clearly, just come out and say, listen, people of the world or Americans, if you're going to Guyana, beware of the niggers. That's it. Beware of them Negroes. That is your problem. Because when you go to Guyana society, it doesn't matter which government. The people who are picking your pockets are blacks. The people who are tracking you to see where you stop if you come out of a bank are blacks. You go to take money from the ATM, you have to look left, right, and above, even fucking below, because a nigger could be there waiting. The people who want to rob you with guns are blacks. And a lot of them pretend to be police officers. They might very well be police officers. They pretend to be, or they might actually be. The point is, tell the citizens of whichever country that you constantly warned against coming to Guyana when they have all these protests, like the last protest they had, the last burning of the stuff, the looting, and all these things. Tell them the perpetrators are blacks. No matter what country you go, you must always look twice when you see a black person coming towards you, because they could very well be a fucking thug wanting to rob you. And that's their only motivation. They don't hate you. No, the black man don't hate you. He just thinks you have something that he needs. He needs it more than you do. So when you see him coming, you have to make it seem that, hey, I have nothing that you want. Pockets are empty, nothing. He'll leave you alone. That's the advisory. Either way, it wouldn't stop. Let the people go to Guyana. Whichever country you are from, you know in your country who commits the most crime. Look at England, Canada. Who commits the most crime? The blacks. So if a British citizen wants to visit Guyana, what advice can you give them? They know who the criminals are. The people from Europe, they know who the criminals are. You don't have to tell them, watch out. They know. They live in these are countries. They see it every day on their television. They see what's happening in their own countries, and they see who are the perpetrators. So whichever country they go, they know who to look out for. Them blacks. So you have criminals who would pretend to be black. They would paint their skin, whatever it is, because the criminals know they can get away with it because people will think it's a black person. It could very well be an Indo-Guyanese pretending to be a black person. They have cases like that. Would you blame them? No. Who caused it? Who caused it? The black man. He caused it. So all this stain that you're getting from the Americans or Canadians or whoever it is that are telling their citizens, be careful if you visit Guyana, who caused it? The PNC. The PNC thought that they could rally those thugs, call forth those demons and say, hoots them on the road, terrorize the Indians, terrorize the Chinese, burn the stores down, drive-by shooting. They think they could do it because they want to scare the Indians from the country. So they go to some other country where blacks would terrorize them all over again. And then the population of Guyana, based on their racial identity voting, would reduce for the PPP, and then the PNC can continue to gain, a little majority because the black people are scaring the Indian people away. That's the truth of the matter. But they fail to realize that when they do that, those evil acts make international news. A lot of countries have offices, consulates, and embassies in Guyana. They're paying attention. So they have to do what embassies will do. Tell their citizens, listen, this place is fucked up. Them niggas are eating everything they see. If you're gonna come here, don't go to this neighborhood. Don't go to this place. Stay within this area. Go to the bank here. I don't blame them for that. I don't blame those countries for that. I blame them stupid ass niggas who don't think about other people. They allow themselves to be used and manipulated and controlled by the church and the PNC that caused all of us to have this bad name. You know how embarrassing it is? When you say to people that you're from Guyana, suddenly they put up a wall, they become protective. Because the first reaction is, oh my God, this could be a criminal. Oh my God, this could be this. Negativity finds faster residence in people's minds. People always only remember the bad things. Fear is always ever present. They never remember the good. So in closing for today, I want to tell the rest of the world, please visit Guyana and North America. Guyana is a lovely place to visit. The women are beautiful. And you wouldn't damage your cars when you drive on the road. Gas is cheap. Groceries are cheap. Hotels are cheap. Houses are cheap. Just move to Guyana. From the Middle East, move to Guyana. Not from Africa. I don't want Africans to go there. Africa is big. There's enough room for black people in Africa. I don't want more black people in Guyana. I want some white people, some Chinese, and more Indians. Let them niggas stay in Africa. You know what? America, you should take them. Let them black people go to America. Fight with them cops there. But in Guyana, we don't look at what they're doing. When there are too many of them, they create chaos. They burn the place down. They don't pay taxes because they have no jobs. They can't open industries. No banks want to lend them money. Nobody wants to do business with them. You can't trust their snackers to go eat from it because their hygiene level is so bad. I know what I'm saying. It's the black people who are giving Guyana a bad name. No, you're making a country, imagine a country like America is issuing travel ban to Guyana, a country like fucking America, where the worst of the worst happens there. They're giving travel ban. The most unsafe place in the world is America. Don't worry with the Middle East. Well, they're also behind that. My point is, visit Guyana. See the beauty of the country. Just before you know it, before next week, you can drive over the Irfan Ali River Bridge. Yes, Irfan Ali River Bridge. Next week, you'll be driving over. And before 2027, you will be driving over from Suriname to Guyana on a massive bridge. What else do you want? The PPP don't talk, they do. We don't make promises, we deliver promises. You understand? I don't tell a woman, oh honey, no, I'll just go get it. But you should have told me, no, I don't talk, I'm a PPP, we don't have time to blah, 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 blah. It's too much of talk. I hate that shit. Because a PPP, we are quiet and we're thinking what to do next, how to build, how to beautify the city, how to this. And speaking of the city, President Irfan Ali, A lot of your people are reaching out to me that I should meet you. I tell them I've met enough of you when we were back in the days. We used to talk for hours about all kinds of stuff. I don't have to meet you now. If you need me, you call me. You reach out to me. I have nothing that I need from you. Not disrespect. He's my brother. I love the president. He's the best, the greatest, and yes, third term. I stand behind him for the third term. But I just have to say it. I cannot offer President Ali anything right now. I'm not rich. I can't offer him money. I'm not an investor. I can't invest in Guyana. What I'm doing here in my own capacity, this is the best I can do for the country, to keep the country educated and together, to keep the country safe from falling in the hands of the PNC, and to make sure that in 2030, President Ali gets another term and when is dissolved, the PNC is no more. I'm doing it better here. If I go in the president's cabinet, I can't do shit. I'll be gagged. I have to know. No, I like cussing. Sorry, mother. I can't. I would not accept anything. So please understand, I would not reach out to the president because I have nothing to offer the president. If the president needs me for anything, he must reach out to me. The fact that he has not, it meant that he has his team. He has his team. He has the best people he can find, and good. I'll support them in that. Every day people are bothering me. They're calling me. I don't, please stop it. Now I'm asking you to stop it. I am not interested in meeting the president or the vice president. Nobody. I don't want to meet them. Like I said, don't take it wrong. That's my brother. What I mean is, I have nothing to offer. Everything I can do, I do here. You send me your suggestions, I'll make it known here on my platform. The influence I can do from here. But sending me in that camp, no, I'm not interested. Yeah, well then, okay, then the people will have to support what I'm doing. Because if I'm taking money from the government, you know I can't say certain things. I can't. I really can't. You have to follow certain codes of conduct and ethics and stuff, and I can't do that. I mean, come on, I'm spoiled already. I can't have a boss. I'm my own boss. I'm chief, myself and I. I'm supreme leader. I'm king. Lord on the platform. That's what it is. So from this point, I am saying we stand with and behind President Irfan Ali. Wherever I stand, that's where my following stands. I have more influence than the ministers. You think I want to lose my influence to go there? For what? Some free housing? To end up like them niggas who waiting for handouts? No. I like the idea of having to work hard, to struggle, to achieve, to grow. I like that. I don't want handouts. I don't want welfare stuff and no cash grant. I don't need it. I need you, the people, to support me. I need you, the people, to stand with me, to claim, let the government know that they should not swear in Azriddin Mohammed, and the president should not give any more cash grants, and the president should run for a third term. That's what I need you to do. Wherever I stand, you stand. And we can serve the country, we can serve the president better like this. Better. I think I want to be shutting up. And I was like, oh, can you see that, minister? Believe me. If I'm a minister, you think people like Travis Chase can come to my press conference? You think people like Gordon Mosely can come to my press conference? You honestly think so? No, that's what I'm saying. It is bad for the president if I'm on his team. It is bad for the president. He don't want me anywhere close. I'm not saying he don't, as in he don't want that. I'm suggesting that it's not good for the president to have me on his team. I would refuse it because he is the greatest son of Guyana's soil. The fact that he could forgive that idiot for disrespecting his mother, you think I would do that? Hmm? I would have gotten one of my bodyguards to beat the fuck out of that shithead. What's his name again? Saying my mother collect money, some underhand. Yes, I would do it. Or I'll find him myself and I put a licking on him. You think I'll have people disrespecting my wife or my kids? You have the best president there, President Irfan. Yeah, all them things I see that them niggas are doing to him and PNC are doing to him, I wouldn't have tolerated it. I wouldn't have. And I'm not a hugger. I don't even shake hands. So know what you have in that man. You see, he's walking through the plane. If it's up to him, he will hug everybody in the plane. I wouldn't do that. You wouldn't even see me. I'm telling you like it is. I'm telling you like it is. President Irfan Ali is the best thing that ever happened to Guyana. He's the best. Protect him, save him, stand up for him so that we can be proud. And damn you, America, for giving false information about telling people not to come to Guyana. Curse you, America. Your companies are there, right? Exxon Mobil and all these companies are American companies. They're there. Who robbed them? Who are mugging them? They're there, right? They're reaping the benefits. All them gold, they're reaping the benefits. So you don't want tourists to come to Guyana to bring some benefits. You don't want your money to come and be spent in Guyana, but you want your people to reap the benefits from Guyana and take it back to America. Well, fuck that shit. Guyanese, go to Europe, come to Suriname, go to the Caribbean if you need a vacation, not America. You're safer in the Caribbean. Let America go and fight Venezuela. There's a lot of oil there. I think one of these days they'll be invading Venezuela. Good luck. Let them go do that. Maduro needs to go anyway. But in the meantime, Guyana is the greatest country in the world. We have the greatest president in the world. I am campaigning from now for 2030. So you understand, if we don't get President Irfan Ali a third term, we are fucked. There is nobody else in the PPP. But Ali, let us have the rules change so he can have a third term. Until next time. Did I cover everything? Yeah. I like Trump. Bye bye now.